Making mastery learning a reality one day at a time. Hey, John Bergman here. This week, as I've been just thinking about, it's Thanksgiving week here in the United States, and been thankful for this job that I teach at, the amazing students that I have, the progress they're making. Just yesterday, I had a student. He said, "Mr. Bergman, I get it. I finally get it." And I said, "That's awesome." He says, "Why didn't you tell this to me the first time?" And I said, "You know what? I think this is the time when you needed to hear this." It was just a difficult concept that finally just clicked. I saw a lot of ahas this week. The other thing, though, I've seen this week has actually been on the teacher front. So I had a teacher talk to me in absolute tears just about how, not from my school, but from another school, who's just struggling. She's a great teacher. She's just exhausted. She's burnt out. She's got so many things going on. And then they had one of their instructional coaches come and then kind of critique her class and gave some negative feedback. And she was just like, "I can't do anymore. I'm so tired. I'm not sure I can keep going." I had another teacher who had similar, not in tears, but just with great exasperation, say, "Am I even a good teacher?" And I think the toll that the pandemic is taking on, and it's just not the pandemic. You know, at the beginning of the pandemic, the teachers were the heroes, and I'm not sure we're the heroes anymore. If you look at what's going on or at least in the United States, I'm not sure it's true across the world, but I don't know the statistics but what I hear, anecdotally, is that schools are really struggling even to find teachers, and I think we're really in a struggle. The weight of all that's going on has had a huge impact on teaching, and it's a difficult time to be in education. I know from other sources that schools are having a hard time to get substitutes. They're seeing just increased fatigue on the part of teachers. I'm seeing it here at my school. It's just it's endemic, pandemic. I don't know what the word is, but and I'm not sure I know the complete answer either. It's how do we revitalize the spirits of the teachers who are just exhausted. And I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And maybe I'm just tooting the horn of mastery learning, which is, of course, the point of the podcast. But I feel like, let me say it this way. I feel like this particular year, I've taught my butt off more than any other year. And I think a lot of that, as I'm reflecting on this, what's going on, and I've said this in previous episodes, that I am seeing students come to me with some skill deficits. And I think also some emotional deficits, because some of our students, they haven't been in school, like in actual physical spaces of schools, for some kids a year and a half. And I think they've become a little emotionally struggling. And I mean, I've certainly seen that. I've seen students who have had significant social emotional issues come up, more than I have ever seen. And I think that's, of course, impacting their academics. And I think also in their academics, I'm seeing some significant gaps in some of their knowledge of math. See, I'm sitting here in a science, math, chemistry, it's a chemistry and physics classroom. And of course, we do a lot of math stuff. And some of the things that they knew coming into class, they don't know. So I've got to also kind of pre-teach so they can learn the stuff that I have learned. I mean, this is our first year at our school, if you will, back completely. We're 100% back to school, but I was looking at my curriculum and how we're going to get to the end when we get to the Christmas break, and we're not going to be as far as we were even last year. And I was contemplating, why is that? And I think the answer is because of the gaps the students had before. It's all compounded, and we've got to get them caught up. It's no one's fault, but anyways. So I guess we're in a predicament, and I feel like mastery is making it work. My kids are learning. They really are. They're learning and they're mastering the concepts. This works. That doesn't mean it's easy, though. In fact, I think it's harder. I had a conversation with a group of students yesterday, and a lot of my students are of special needs population, if you will, from learning disability issues. I've got a lot of those students in my classes, and we were just having a conversation. And I had this conversation with them. I said, "What do you think about this statement? If you are smart, you learn fast." Or maybe I said it this way: if you learn fast, you're smart. And conversely, if you learn slow, you're dumb. All right? And I said, "Is that a true statement?" And they said, "No." I said, "You're right, no. But if we think about how we've set up our schools, smart kids are ones who learn fast, slow kids are ones who are dumb. That's what we're saying. But that's not a true statement. It's not a true statement. And how do we reach our students in a way that allows students who do learn fast to proceed, but also values students who learn slow and can still learn deeply? You know, one of the premises of mastery learning is, whether you know it or not, I don't know, is that Benjamin Bloom in I don't know what year he did this, 1969, I think it was, he said, 95% of all students can learn anything given enough time and support. And I think that's the key that I'm allowing to happen here in this classroom. Anyways, just some thoughts as I approach the Thanksgiving break. Hope that helps you. Making master learning a reality one day at a time. If you like this podcast, please click subscribe and hey, leave a thing, right? John Bergman out.